Welcome to Yesudian Yoga Week 10. We are going to get going with the usual full yogi breathing. Do it 7 times. We're going to now inhale on the count of 8, hold for 8, and exhale on the count of 8. When we inhale and exhale, you want to stretch it out for as long as we're counting. So don't fill yourself up too early and don't exhale too early, but do exhale fully so that on 8 you're squeezing everything out. And on the 8 on the inhale, you're totally full when you get to the number 8. And I will count as loudly as I can so everybody can hear me. So take a normal inhale, normal exhale, and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe normally. The next exercise is Bhastrika, which is a bellows breathing. We're going to inhale, exhale quickly, about 10 times. This time I'm going to do it with you. I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not going to be very useful. I'm just going to do it with you. And then after the 10, you're going to hold your breath. And then when I say exhale, everybody exhales nice and slowly and fully. We do 3 rounds of that. So 10 times in, out, in, out. If it's not exactly 10, that's okay. Because you have to do it fairly fast. And if you get lightheaded, if you feel kind of funny, just stop and try it again later. So we're going to take a normal inhale, normal exhale. Sorry, it's supposed to start on the exhale, so we're going to take another normal inhale. And when we exhale, it's going to be fast and we're going to get going. Normal inhale, and then go. And exhale. Big inhale. And go. Exhale. Now normally you could do this through your nose, but my nose is a little bit stuffed. So through the mouth works if through the nose is not working. Take a normal inhale and start. Exhale. Now the next one, I hope we don't blow out our candles. We're going to stand up. And we're going to inhale, reach up, hold our breath for about 7 seconds. Then we're going to sweep our arms forward and down and exhale loudly, making the vocalization ha. And we do that 3 times. So start with the inhale and then hold. Good. Next one is Simhasana. You may know this is a lion pose. We're going to do the version where you sit. And this is going to be kind of tricky. You're going to reach with your tongue back as far back as it goes and up. So you want to touch your hard palate with the tip of your tongue. And then you're going to stick your tongue out as far as it goes. And then you're going to curl it back and touch the top of your soft palate. We're going to go back and forth 3 times. We're going to pause, do it 3 times again, pause, do it 3 times again. And breathe however it works for you. I usually inhale when the tongue goes in, exhale when the tongue goes out. So I'm just going to do it 3 times along with you. Close your mouth, take a moment, and then you can do it again while I sort of yabber on a bit. So just do it at your own pace. And what we're doing here is we're moving some of the minor muscles of the jaw and the minor muscles of the tongue as far as they go, reaching forward and back, just like for your body. Just getting stuck in the movements that you're used to doesn't keep you healthy. Same for your tongue, same for your throat. And that's why yoga has Simhasana in its normal program to get you to move the inside of your mouth to its extremes. Just like triangle twists your body to an extreme. That's it. That's not the prettiest of poses, but that's not the point. That's not a comment on you. Excellent. So we do that 3 times. After that, we're going to do Paschimotanasana. So stretch out both legs. And now inhale and stretch your body up already. So you're nice and vertical in your seat. Now, depending on how tight your hamstrings are, your vertical may not be perfectly vertical. You may be leaning back. If that's the case, put your hands in behind, push into the floor so that you can stretch your chest forward and up, trying to keep your legs straight. We want to get some stretch happening in the back of the hams. If there's too much in the back of the knees, bend your knees slightly. But we're going to try to do the full forward bend, keeping the body as straight as possible. So I'm sitting up nice and straight, and then I lean forward. I notice now that I feel the stretch in the back of my knees, so I bend my knees a bit. Just till that stretch in the back of the knees is gone, and I feel it just in my hamstrings. Holding on to my ankles, I lift my collarbones again, look forward, and just rest here. And inhale, release, straighten your legs, give them a shake. Now the next 2 that we do, we're going to actually round our back. So first of all, start nice and vertical. Get as deep as you can and only then round your back. So I don't want you to sit like this and then round your back, because that's going to put a lot of pressure in the lower back. You've got to be leaning forwards before you round your back. So if things are very tight and you're leaning back like this, because the hamstrings won't let you lean forward, then this is your forward bend. Do not round your back. That will overstretch your back as you try to grasp for your toes. So we don't want that. The goal is not to get down low, the goal is to get a stretch. So starting with a nice vertical sit, lean forward. Feel the tension in the back of the knees. Lift the knees slightly to relieve that tension. And then round your back, stretch your shoulders up, but keep lots of space between shoulders and ears. Grab your feet, grab your ankles, whatever is available. But you're gluing your belly onto your thighs at this point. And I'm going to inhale and come up. This is a pose that's very nice to hold for a long time, but for the demonstration video, we don't have to hold it for all that long. But feel free to hold, count of 5, count of 10, count of 15, however long you like. And the third one, inhale, sit up nice and tall, lean forwards, feel the stretch, relieve the stretch in the back of the knees by bending them, and then bring your face down to your knees and hang out here. You want to protect your lower back at all times in these forward bends, and that's why we take them stepwise. And this last one, if you find things loose and you can go a little bit deeper, do so, but don't force anything. And I'm going to inhale and come up. And our cuckoo greeted us. Very nice. And shake things out. Next one is Ardha-bhujangasana. So we're going to start with our right knee back and our left foot forward with the shin vertical. Move that right knee back as far as you can, keeping that shin as vertical as you can keep it. And hands on your knee, and then come and bring your upper body into, if you're lying on the floor, this would be cobra pose, which is why it's called Ardha-bhujangasana, or half cobra pose. And from here then, if you like, you can sink your hips down, but don't do that by leaning forward. Do that by just letting them drop towards the floor. If you feel tension in your lower back, you've gone far enough. If you feel tension in the front of the leg that's sticking behind, well, that's what you want. But engage your core. Keep your collarbones proud. To come out of it, I push on that front knee, bring the weight back onto the back one. Hands to the floor, legs change position. With all these poses, this is not aerobics. We take our time getting into it, making sure that we're in the pose with good form, and then you hang out. Here, eventually what you would like is just to keep your core engaged, but then just relax the rest of your body so that your hips sink. Your hands and shoulders are going to have to work a little bit to keep your torso vertical. But everything else relaxes and releases. Because we sit a lot, this is a difficult pose for us to do. That stretch that you're feeling here is because when you sit and your legs are parallel to the floor and a right angle to your back, the ligaments and the muscles that you are now stretching shorten. And then when you stand and walk, you get a sore lower back because now you're trying to stretch that out while you're walking, because as you walk, that back leg goes backwards. But when we sit too much, that actually shortens. And then we get sore backs when we walk. I'm going to release. I'm going to switch sides again. So we do just twice each side. If you can, try to make that back foot be on its back and don't let it sickle in. That'll stretch the ligaments on one side of your ankle rather than on the top of your ankle. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips. In the advanced version of this pose, your hands are actually not on your knee, but they're pointing down towards the floor. What I like is at the beginning that you keep your hands on your knee because that keeps your torso vertical, or it gives you something to remind you to keep your torso vertical. If your hands are hanging like this, you might have a tendency to start leaning forwards. But if you think about it, you can just keep your hands by your side to keep your torso vertical. And I'm going to switch sides. Maybe you come out of a yoga pose, especially one that has been putting some tension and stress on your back. Engage your core. Make sure your core is holding everything in place. I don't know of the stats, but I can imagine that there are also yoga injuries that occur when people come out of their yoga pose rather than when they're in their yoga pose. They sort of forget that coming out of it, you have to have good form too. Release. Then come to seated for Ardha-matsyendrasana. This is a twist. Take your right foot, put it underneath your left thigh. Take your left foot and cross your right thigh. Now, if both sit bones aren't on the floor, I've said this before, but it's worth repeating, leave the foot on the inside of the right knee. Otherwise, bring it around. Both sit bones are on the ground. Right arm is bent. The elbow comes to the outside of the left knee, and I'll draw it across the midline. Left hand is in behind. Turn to the side. If you like, you can reach down and grab your left shin. And just keep turning to the side. And if comfortable, look to the back. Release slowly. A bit of a counter twist. And then switch sides. Funny personal story associated with this pose. I used to be chubby. And it was this pose that made me realize, because as I was turning, I had to move my belly out of the way of my thigh so that I could keep on turning. Release. Slight counter twist. And that's what made me realize that I'm no longer 19. I was like 36 at the time. So that's it for that.
I'm still eating like a teenager.
And I was still eating like a teenager, exactly. Release. What I love is that the book instructions are reach down and grab your left ankle with your right hand. Well, I can kind of imagine someday I might get there. Maybe.
Your left ankle?
Yeah, so with your right hand. So you reach down and grab your left ankle.
Oh.
I can imagine that when things get really open, that would be possible. I'm not there yet. But then the one that I don't quite understand is in the left
like
arm,
this?
you're supposed to snake around your back and grab your right knee.
Okay, that's not
That
happening.
I don't understand.
No, you can't have an arm long enough for that.
Well, I think at that point you're facing backwards.
I can get my right hand going though. Is that all right? Right hand, left ankle.
Well, I can almost get there on this side. So down and then grab your ankle like this. Exactly. You got to get your belly out of the way. And you reach down and grab your ankle.
Yep. No.
See, it works on some sides. But here you can see it looks like it's putting a lot of tension into my wrist. So I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab my knee instead. Now work on that. Or you can leave your arm in a flag like Monique Scott.
I need another half an arm at least.
Yeah, I know. So I'm thinking the book is wrong because I think I remember in yoga teacher training, you would wrap that arm around and grab your inner thigh.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I never made it, not even yoga teacher training.
No.
And release. Now we've got shoulder stand. As you know, I don't do the full shoulder stand. I do the lazy shoulder stand, where I just lift my hips up, hold on to them. My legs are more or less parallel with the floor, and I just sort of hang out here. My upper shoulders are on the floor. There's no pressure in the back of my neck. I'm not squeezing my chin, and the pressure buildup in my head is not that great. Now to come out, bring your hands to the floor and then slowly drop your hips. Trying to keep your shoulders on the floor, squeeze your core. And then keep on squeezing your core. Try to keep your legs straight. Bend your knees if you need to, but then bring your legs down to the floor. Nice and slowly. You rest here for a moment. Monique will demonstrate the same version, and I'll demonstrate a version that is, I think, equally effective, but a little less strenuous, especially if you don't like to have any pressure build up in your head at all. And so I'm just going to lift both legs, stick them straight into the air. My back stays fully on the floor, and so I'm not getting tired. My core is not getting tired. I hold on to the backs of my knees. And then roll out, legs as straight as you can. And then rest on the floor for a moment. And then there's 10 minutes of meditation and 10 minutes of Savasana. Just make sure I haven't missed anything, because I remember in one of them I did miss something. Don't think so. Nope. So 10 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of Savasana. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on doing 10 weeks. There's another 11 to go, and then we'll see what we do after that. Namaste.